Now, fortunately, we've run into Andrew Downey. Andrew does a bit of photography, aircraft photography. Andrew, welcome to the Flying Show, mate. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, Carlos. And you?
Yeah, fantastic, mate. Now, I recognise you from, we saw you at the Neil Air Show last time.
Yes. I go to most of the air shows, and so I cover a bit of territory. Yep.
Yeah. Now, how did you get into photography, and more importantly, how did you get into aircraft or flying photography?
Well, I've been an aircraft modeller since about the 1980s, the mid 80s. Also was a keen photography as a kid. I was a keen photographer, so it was a bit of a marriage of the two. I had a professional business for a while, weddings, portraits, that type of thing,
right, yeah.
and that sort of took a little bit of getting used to taking into the commercial side of it.
Yeah.
But I got back into the hobby again.
Yeah. Now, interestingly, what are the challenges? What are the difficult bits about photographing aircraft moving objects?
They're obviously very fast moving, so you need pretty good reflexes to keep up with them. One of the challenges is the background lighting. When you're shooting into the light, the cameras want to do something different to what you really need to do.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to compensate for that.
Yeah. Well, that's the interesting thing. So not a lot of people understand the difficulties of taking photographs of moving aircraft, especially when you've got grey skies behind. Is that a bad thing?
Grey skies are bad, white is even worse. So yeah, it's nice to have a nice sky like this with a few puffy clouds to give it contrast, yeah.
What's the most memorable thing that you wish you hadn't done? I mean, these days it's all digital stuff, forget to put the film in the camera or anything like that?
I'm neither confirm nor deny that rumour. No, I'm not going to admit to anything.
Fantastic. What was the best show you've been to, you reckon?
I think, as you mentioned before, Neil was a fantastic show, put on by a group of volunteers, a country airport. I mean, what can you expect? And yet we turned out there, it was a brilliant show. Yeah,
I agree entirely, and I don't know whether they're actually going to have it on again.
I believe they're working on a permanent sort of fixture every 2 or 3 years,
Fantastic. Well, there's a bit of an insight into aerial photography or flying or aircraft photography. Andrew, thanks very much for your time, mate. Enjoy the day.
You too. Enjoy.